So continue in part 2 to this mumbo jumbo, lies and deceits, clarifying the role of spirit guides and helpers. Oh, this is nonsense. I don't know what kind of idiots will believe in things that you don't see. Only an idiot will ever believe in things that they don't see. We need to see to believe and not believe to see. As you ascend in vibration, you will find yourself clearing all of your deeply held core negative beliefs about reality and about the earth changes. Yeah, and then you start to be passive, and then you be complacent, and then accept everything as it is, even if it is to screw you, even as you are die or when you die. The law of attraction will also bring you the ETs any spirit guides that are right for you. And now I ask, is there any right ETs? Any of you who are really right? Because if you were, then you will not wait until the right time to come and then disclose your gibberish or your verbal diarrheas here. Talk about things that's not true, half truths to the mass. You would not wait up to now to pass information. And not to say to show up, because you will never show up. Because to me, you are all some kind of monkey. You are not even humans. You are spirits, right? Etherics. And that you are not humans. That's why you don't show up, right? You might need to let go of some guides that are not like yours. Beware of those who judge one another and then do not check on themselves. These entities here not check on themselves. They are blaming one another, but they do not own up to the laws that they are passing here, that they are contain here. You might need to let go some guide that no longer serve you before you can let more appropriate ones in, and the spirit guide that are right for you. Outgrowing your spirit guide is quite common on earth. Many well-meaning spirit guides will hang around and continue to attach to your energy bar because they think you still need the help. And also in exchange they will suck some energy like a straw. Delicious. I'll help you a bit with half truth, and in exchange you give me some of your energy. You're slouch. I'm gonna slouch you. Yeah, this will happen. And then the idiots all don't know and think, oh, I'm special because I'm a medium, I'm psychic, I can see things, I can deal with his spirit, they come to me. Oh, big deal. I think that if you are smart enough, you will push them away, not call them, not invoke, but expel them. Ask them to get out. They have no business here. Let humans solve their problem alone with the source, the power source. Your aliens are not the source. You are not the primary infinite source. Okay? So mind your damned business, aliens. In most cases, when you are clear that you no longer need their guidance, you can ask them to leave, and they will. They will after too much resistance. Yeah, they will, but after many resistance, and they not before some of them take revenge on you. Luckily for me, I never deal with these beings. I never like that, never. I've been a Catholic, and I don't like to deal with this nonsense of spirit things, spiritual entities, deities, whatever. And I was a Catholic just to appease my mom, to make her happy, not because I wanted. And I don't care whether I had to. I mean, I have to fool myself. Never mind. I did that with pleasure because I love my mother. She was my goddess. Okay, there's no God. Only my mother was my goddess. If they are stubborn, they might refuse to go. Yeah, they will. See what I'm saying? I know. I'm wise, and I know I have sixth sense, and I know they might refuse to go, and then you will need to use a stronger technique to get them to leave. This channel and others have various techniques for protecting yourself from overly enthusiastic guides. Good for the humans. They ask because they think it's so cool to be medium, to be clairvoyant, to be psychic. Oh, I'm so psychic. Look at me. I'm clairvoyant. I am clad, clairaudient. Clairaudient. I can hear, I can see spirits, I can smell spirits. I don't think it's so cool. I mean, if you have to force, dude, then it's not fun. Not anymore. Look at me, I don't force, I don't have altar. I don't play to nobody, to no deities. I don't do ritual. I hate the ritual. I don't follow anything. So it's just natural. If they want to come to me, they come on their own. And I don't care. Most of the time, I know them, and they will go. Yeah, I know. I don't give them chance. I just ignore, you know. And if I am in the body, I will curse them, and I will say bad words, and they will have to go. Okay? After all, it's your free will decision whether or not to allow specific energies, entities, or thoughts form into your personal space. Of course, unless they want to hear a bad word, then they'll come. Please, to me, I don't speak for others. If you want to deal with the devils, go ahead, these stupid humans. It's essential that the guidance you receive genuinely helps you prepare for the earth changes. Shut up. I'm sick of earth change here, earth change again, blah, 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 blah. Explode all at once. You need to feel nourished and supported by your guides. Oh my gosh. Nourished. What they do? They give them multivitamin, tonic. They put fuel on them. What they do to nourish them? If your guides are continuously feeding your thoughts of fear, it might be time to change your guidance system. Consult with this channel an appropriate healer or teacher for help in letting go of guidance that no longer supports you. Hello, whoever hides owns. Learn it from this wise person here. Listen one more time. Whoever hides owns it. Beware of he or she that hides. Okay? One final note on this point. If you are constantly relying on your guides to give you information, and the information does not seem to be serving you or seems to lead you on the wrong direction, then there might be an indication that you know more about the subject of inquiry than your guides. It's amazing how many souls on earth seem to rely on spirit guides. Stupid, just because they are in spirit and not embodiment. It's stupid. I tell you, humans are stupid and they are very naive, and they think that all the things are cool and that they are somewhat special because they want power. So they somewhat they delve into the occult because they want power, either to do evil to others or to have power to manipulate the minds of others. Don't you? Or how to say, sorcerers and witches out there, or whatever, you who deals with the occult arts. We are not sure what you got the idea that just because a guide is not human, he or she is more evolved in a way than you are. They are stupid. Humans are stupid. As an aside, it's interesting to note that this channel, if he were to claim he's only channeling his own higher self, would likely garner far less interest than if he states that he's channeling spirit guides from a lofty dimension. Yet, there is no guarantee that the information from the lofty spirit guides is more valid and accurate than the information from his own higher self. All information, whether from us, his higher self, or anyone else, needs to be tested, evaluated, or at least you are being sincere and honest about it. With discernment and critical thinking, exactly. We cannot just blindly follow, blindly believe in any information that you see, you read, or you hear online. Do not follow blindly. You have to come with your own conclusions, okay? This leads us naturally to the next field of study, religion, one that's so sorely lacking discernment in many cases, as you have no doubt noticed. Religion, the founders. Every major religion has a set of beliefs about what is happening and about to happen on planet Earth. The Christians have the rapture, which is distorted perception of the ascension. Some religions talk about the promised land, or the land of milk and honey. Visionaries and holy books are given a lot of credence and are worshipped and revered and taught to have the absolute truth. Yeah, they think they have the secrets of the secrets of the secrets of creation in their hands, and they don't. You don't. I'm so sorry, you don't. In some of your religion's mythology, you have what is called the New Jerusalem, or Holy City, that is prophesied to descend upon the earth, taking the chosen ones into a heavenly state. Some of these prophecies are describing states of consciousness, while others are describing the intervention of various ETs and the ascended master groups in the affairs of earth. In our next section, we'll go into more detail regarding the levels of intervention taking place on your world and how these interventions have been misinterpreted. Some of the interventions are part of the 70 divine dispensation, and some are not. It is essential that souls learn to differentiate and discern between true divine dispensation-based intervention and the overzealous effort of unenlightened ETs who are playing a messiah role. These are humans waiting to be beamed about spaceships. Some have put their lives on hold and are simply sitting around waiting to be rescued from their uncomfortable and unsatisfied lives. Stupid, stupid, you stupid, stupid, stupid. They are so selfish, those people are selfish and carry favor. They think all of themselves, oh, come in a free, me and my family, please, please come. And they think that those thieves will really come down and help them and take them if you bad and all. You think, dude, you need to be rewarded into a psychic into an asylum, you know, into a crazy institution. If you think that it will come down and save you, there will be no savior, except in rare cases where it is in the highest and best interests of the soul. There will not be any good for you, any mass evacuations in the days to come open earth. Good for you all. Good for you. Carry favors. Carry carry balls. Humans. Very good. That's why I tell you. I tell the truth because I can feel. I know. I feel things that you all don't. You know. I can see beyond the veils that you don't. And I have my foot down to earth. There are expected to be large areas of the earth that will remain relatively safe and stable during the height of the earth changes. Enlightened souls will be directed as to where to go and what to do during those time periods. And even that you cannot trust, I tell you. If an AT tell you to go, oh, go to certain area, go to this area, go to that, be careful. You still don't know. Huh? You still don't know because you don't know what's the plan of other T factions. What they plan to do in their area, the area which you are told to go. Quieting the mind, healing the psychological self, and learning how to create metaphysically will all play a part in the soul's ability to discern and distinguish the true voice of inner guidance. See, like me, from the distorted perception of the ego and the egotistical it is that think they are saving humanity. They are fooled, see, naive humans. This channel and his primary spirit guide have explored and expounded on the subject of ET interventions numerous times already, and so we will not say anything further on this point until the next section. Throughout this treatise, we may refer to certain religions' teachings and images in order to further clarify the religion's perceptions regarding the earth changes. What happens when the ego controls religion? Every religion has a grain or perhaps a few grains of truth. Yeah, that's true. You have most likely heard this quote within your metaphysical organizations. In a way, it does not really matter which religion is being followed. That's true. In this case, all the way goes to the bay. And no one is better than the other because all come from the same ethnic groups and factions. They all have a thread of truth that runs through them, and they all have a lot of distortion of basic truths. Yeah, The distortion leads to adherence to distorted belief systems. Some of the most popular religions have been purposely altered in order to enslave as many minds as possible by introducing ideas that hold back the soul growth of believers. But wait a minute, I do not blame the religions completely. I do not blame those preachers. I do not blame the pastors, the priests, the shamans, the ulamas. I blame the people, it's the followers. It's not the religion organization per se, as it is the people, because the changes started from each one of us. Nobody has a gun in the temple or a knife in their chest, threaten them if they do not follow any religions. Okay, threaten them to follow or die. No, it's not happening. You are into religions or cults because you want. It's your free will. It's your choice. It's nobody's it's nobody to believe. It's not the church. It's not the temples. It's not the masjid. It's the people. Okay. For example, the introduction of guilt and sin into the teachings of Christianity has created a blend of truth and fiction that is designed to keep followers of the Christian religions forever seeking and not finding truth. And that goes for any other religion. Why you pick up it specifically in Christianity, dude? Huh? Why? It's all religions, not about Christianity. The egotistical leaders of the various religions have played open the ignorance of the masses in order to retain and consolidate their power and control. And I blame the idiots people. I don't blame much all those people, those who are into religion, clerics, whatever, religious power. I blame the people. Sometimes this is done intentionally and maliciously, but more often than not, those who are leading the various religions have simply fallen into the trap of the ego, and they are naively believing they are following the word of God as they send soldiers into battle and subject the women and children to the latest killing machines and smart bombs. They are convinced that anyone who does not believe as they do is the enemy and deserves to be destroyed. Yeah, the infidels. They are hypnotized into believing that God must somehow triumph over evil and that light must be victorious over darkness, and that God is on their side and not into the infidel side, that God only sides some people and others not. Such belief systems merely perpetuate identification with the realms of duality and prevent the souls from being able to break free of the illusions inherent within the worlds of Maya, the lower four dimensions. The contradictions evident with such actions and behavior should be obvious to anyone that's not completely mesmerized by the conflicting teachings being given through the major religions. It's perplexing to eyes in the higher realms when we see your holy books filled with slogans such as love one another and bless your enemies, and then witness the relentless violence perpetrated in the name of God. Hey, true, but it's not only Christianity that go about killing for the love of God. It's not Christianity alone. So you have been one side unilaterally. Some of your teachers say that religion has killed more people than anything else in your history. We are inclined to agree based on our observations. Some of the wars that have happened upon your earth are understandable, particularly if they involve disputes over land and so-called scarce resources. While we recognize the unlimited abundance and infinite space of the Creator's universe, we also understand that most of you have not been able to break out of the belief in scarcity. And so those who go to war over land disputes are merely playing out the dictates of their beliefs. However, the killing that goes on in the name of a just and loving God is quite another matter. Those same souls that say the Bible is the word of God, not just the Bible, the Quran, the Talmud, the others, are blatantly defying the word of God and go against the commandments contained therein, such as "Thou shalt not kill." In perusing your holy books, and especially the Christian Bible, we note that the commandments are rather specific. I think this is to the Muslims, those aliens, regardless of whether or not they are in alignment with God's will. For example, it does not say, "Thou shalt not kill except on Tuesdays," or except when the enemy believes in Allah or Jehovah instead of Jesus Christ. Chat every day, open your word, another bomb goes off as a testament to the belief. My God is better than your God. Yeah, and my God is more than you. And then who does not follow our teachings and our religion will go to hell. Yeah, they say that. They say your holy book, especially the Christian Bible, it's just like though you shall not kill, but there's a certain time that you are allowed. It's free for all. The opiation of the masses. Our perception of what's taken place here closely mirrors what one of your pop culture's icons said. Religion is the opiation of the masses. Yeah, it's the hope of the ignorant who try to alleviate their sufferings, their poverty, either mental or physical. In this case, the beliefs of fundamentalist religion are used to lure the unsuspecting mind into a false sense that it's okay to rain death and destruction upon your fellow citizens as long as you attribute it to God's will. Yes, say God is asked that. God has to do this, and that actually is the man's law. It's your law, it's your thoughts, it's your rules. It's not a God rule, it's your rules. Somewhere the mind justifies this by altering the original teachings. God is loving and just, but gets angry sometimes and smites the sinners. Or God is loving, merciful, etc. But He's a jealous, jealous God. So you better not love anybody else but God. If not, it's true that God gets angry because you get angry and you are part of God. However, in the very highest of the dimensions, in what your teachers call the God's words, there is an immense unconditional love that permeates all things. There is an aspect of the Godhead that is perfect, unchanging, eternal love, unconditional and compassionate, forever changeless and forever beyond all time and space. As you move out of your dualistic perception and transcend the lower four dimensions of time and space, you will come to realize the truth that exists beyond all of the illusions of your everyday world. And that there's some people who can do this even here on earth. You can feel it. That there's a true God, energy. Is not a man, again, does not have penis, neither does have female genitalia. It is an energy, okay, and it's merciful because everything that is, it is, and it's merciful, is all love, and it is unconditional. Religion, as it is practiced by most of humanity, creates a split in the psyche between the part that wants to do good and the part that represents the unhealed shadow self. The belief in sin and guilt simply justifies the actions of the shadow self without doing anything significant to heal it. If you believe you are a miserable sinner, then you will most likely to go on killing in the name of God and justify it. Yeah, because you feel so less of yourself that you will not respect the others because you don't respect yourself. You understand? Follow the dynamics. You need to love and respect yourself before you attempt to love and respect others, and that includes the animals. Okay? You then expect to be punished by God and begin looking forward to going to hell and suffering for eternity. And there's some who even hope to kill here as much sacrifice that they can give to their gods, and in return they will have a party, an orgy, sexual orgy when they die. Yeah, that's how insane all those religion beliefs are. You then expect to be punished by God and begin looking forward to going to hell. As long as you kill somebody and return a lot of people, you go to hell. But you kill others before you do. And suffering for eternity, so you react to this insane belief by becoming hedonistic and attempting to drown yourself in sensory pleasures in order to avoid the inevitable doom awaiting you. We observe this seesawing effect between those who attempt to lead righteous, God-fearing lives and those who surround themselves with all manner of destruction in the name of pleasure and materiality, in order to avoid the certain demise of the soul when comes the judgment day. The biggest problem with religion as it exists on earth today is that it requires adhering to a set of beliefs and principles that are not in alignment with natural divine law. Religion tells you where it wants you to go, but your sovereign rights, your sovereignty law or nature tells you where you want to go, as long as it doesn't harm others and yourself in the environment. The church does not encourage souls to question the motives behind religion. You are taught to have blind faith in those that administer the teachings, such as the ministers and priests, and to faithfully practice your rosary and confess your sins. It's the hope that maybe God will grant you the peace of heaven instead of the misery of hell. One of your teachers rightly pointed out that hell is the state of consciousness that arises when you believe this stuff. Since most of your reading this have renounced your religion's upbringing and are embracing higher truths, we will not continue to preach to the converted, but we do wish to offer few suggestions when encountering deeply religious people as you move along the path of ascension. And how to deal with religious people. Just I know them, let them live their lives and I live mine. I live with a religion, orthodox religion person here, but I don't care. I want him to respect my space and I respect his. Most of you know someone that could be classified as a fundamentalist in some religion. Souls with a fundamentalist viewpoint tend to only accept aspects of reality that fit in with their narrow and limited concepts of God and the creation. I let that people be. These people have no remedy anymore. They are beyond redemption and they will live and die this way. And it's a waste of time to try to change people. Okay, so all you have to do is to try and change our and adjust our perception towards them. Just because a soul is trapped in a narrow set of beliefs does not automatically mean that such a soul cannot ascend or at least move into fourth density. Often there is common ground between your experience and that of the fundamentalist. The problem is the clinging to a particular belief system, not necessarily the belief system itself. Some of you probably have a lot in common with Christian fundamentalists, for example, though your approach is quite different. These people is scared to talk about Muslims, like they're so afraid they have to point fingers just at Christians. They are being unilateral and they are being partial. Both you and the fundamentalist can tune into the presence of Christ consciousness and ask God to help you move forward in your lives. If you keep your own judgment of the equation and merely seek to understand and unconditionally love the fundamentalist, he or she is more likely to be open and receptive to the messages of Spirit coming through you. It's true. And just let them be. We cannot change nobody, so all you have to do is change our perception that we have about them, those people. So wants to have peace, you need to give other people their right and they respect us in return. And we also respect their choice, their free will, because that's their free will. Spirit will use the languages that the soul feels most comfortable with. A Christian being visited by a higher density entity will often see the entity shrouded in images of a Christian nature, while a Buddhist might see the entity taking on the characteristic of a Buddha. No, the Christian will say that or a Muslim will say that's a genie or a devil. No, no, no. Do not say that is a Jesus. Sometimes they will say yeah Jesus, but sometimes they say it's the devil. Yeah, and the Christians and the Muslims will say that. If the fundamentalist is able to let go of judgment and a rigid definition of reality, he or she is perfectly capable of making it through the transition. Why num sense of transition? Let them be. Your ability to unconditionally love the fundamentalist will do far more than trying to convince him or her of anything. Just let be. I don't care. I cannot be bothered. Also, avoiding the fundamentalist may not be the highest option. So what if you do, man? So what? It's our choice not to have nothing to do with these people and just say, I know them. It's our choice. Who are you to say otherwise? If you have attracted one into your life as a family member or business associate, there is a reason and a sense. And the reason was given by you, was given by you to pastor in our lives. Perhaps on some level, the fundamentalist wants someone to help him let go of his rigidity and open more fully to his spirit. No, we cannot change this person, I tell you. They will live like this and die like this. It's a waste of time trying to change them. You will never succeed. And then you can't do because it's their free will. It's their will. And you cannot be bothered. So just let them be and live your lives and let them live theirs. And just maybe you are the one to fulfill that role. No sense. Be careful, however, not to fall into the ego trap of trying to force someone to see the light as they have forced eyes to follow their religions. Do not retribute with the same coin. Huh? Just let these people be. Is their problem? They have no power to force me to follow their ways, and also I don't want to force them to follow my way. Tit for tat. Also, do not assume you are more aware than the fundamentalist. I am more than him. I'm much more. Or more enlightened. I don't say enlightened, but if enlightened is about knowledge, then I am. Enlightened souls see everyone as an expression of God. An expression of God does not mean that the other person have to deviate from this absolute expression, this pure expression. That is to live and let live. And the fundamentalist many times does not live and let live. They live and doesn't allow others to live. You get my point? So just as we do not see any soul, any creation as less than eyes or not as good as eyes. The fundamentalist is just as spiritual as you are. Yeah, and he has his right to follow whatever he wants. But the problem is, if he tries to change eyes, then gonna have problem, because we are not going to submit easily, even if he is not as aware of this as you. Bless him, pray for him, and I see him being lifted into God's limitless light. Yes, true. Bless him, pray for him, that's true. And just wish him the best. Light, love, and compassion. Yeah, that's what I do. But don't come and change me, please, okay? I respect you, but don't come and change yours. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about we're going to talk about spirituality. There is spiritualism and spirituality. The two are not the same thing.